All right, so for a quick little short video, it was of the goats and cows, or the goats and cow, but they decided to walk outside, so now you just get to look at a door. But I have a question. I know Strong Farms has, pretty sure he has one. It might not be the same model, but I know he has a white corn planter. I want to know your guys' thoughts on a white 5100 corn planter. I found one that is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm not holding true to any brand, but I found a white corn planter. It's 4-row with a 5-row splitter on it. So it'll do corn. It's set up for wide rows. And so it'll do 36-inch corn or 18-inch beans. And I found it for a really good price. I haven't looked at it. It's in Minnesota. For those of you that don't know, Litchfield, Minnesota is almost 12 hours away from here. Now, you might think I'm crazy to want to go to Minnesota for a corn planter, but I think it's that good of a deal with the splitter on it. So I want to know some of your guys' opinions that may have had or known people with a white 5100 corn planter. And I want to know if they can be narrowed up to 30-inch rows, how easy that can be done. I can't really find anything online for the little bit that I've been looking. I've read two things where guys have narrowed them up, but they have to cut the frame down to make the markers to where they'll be right on. So I don't know about that, but I haven't watched any YouTube videos yet about them. What I can find online. But I'm thinking about maybe getting this corn planter for next year. I'd get rid of some of the stuff that I have now to make the transition, because I want to go to no-till and cover crops. I'd like to have a no-till drill. Those are a bit pricey yet, so I don't know how I would go about no-tilling a cover crop in later in the year, but it would at least be able to no-till in corn and no-till in beans. But let me know your guys' thoughts on a white 5100 corn planter. Like I said, this one is set up for 36-inch rows, which that ain't a deal breaker. I know a lot of guys are trying to get away from 36-inch rows, but I have the idea of wanting to interseed hairy vetch into it or some other cover crops. So, I mean, a wider row, so be it. You can find wide row corn heads yet, and usually fairly cheap because nobody does wide rows anymore. So I'm not opposed to that, and I am currently looking for a different combine for next year. I have decided that the Massey Ferguson is for sure going to go. I'm looking at combines that are going to have a good parts availability, which would be your later gleaners. The gleaners parts availability is kind of slowly going away, even for like the M's and the L's, but I was surprised. Shoop, they have a lot of parts for like 4400 John Deere's on up, and for the 1460 or the 1440 and 1460 Internationals, their parts availability for gleaners is from like your M's and your L's on up. Nothing really for the F size machine. So, and your Massey Fergusons for your 510s and bigger. So I kind of want to. I like the old equipment. I like keeping the old equipment going, but I want to go to stuff that has good parts availability. So I've been looking at 7000 series John Deere corn planters, Cyclone 800 case planters. I haven't really looked at white, but I stopped at a local. I wouldn't call it a dealer, but it's not a dealer. It's just a little yard that sells equipment, and because I thought I seen an 800 Cyclone in there, but they have it's a white 5100 4-row. I don't know if it was wide row or not, but it's set up for liquid fertilizer and everything, and it was really nice. So that got me looking at white corn planters, and I found this one up in Minnesota with a splitter on it, and that really sealed the deal about maybe getting one of them. So just want to know your guys' opinion. I'm going to look into it more because over Thanksgiving weekend I might be taking a trip up to Minnesota to pick up a corn planter. Maybe say hi to Millennial Farmer. I don't know, probably not. But yeah, just let me know your guys' opinion. I'm going to check out some YouTube videos because that's the best way to learn anything, I think. So anyways, we'll catch you on the next one.